GMGP, good morning, good people. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all decided to wake up with us. You're sick. You're sick in the head. There's a lot of fantasy football shows out there, but I promise y'all, they not like us. Brock Bowers, you looked a little quicker than fast. What does that even mean? Redraft, dynasty, best ball, high stakes, we got you covered. And that's MVS and Justin Watson with some of the dopest tools designed to help you cancel out the noise and dominate your leagues. If there's a white wide receiver named Antoine, sign me up. Maybe it's cultural. I don't know. In season or off season, rain, sleet, hail, and snow, comma, semicolon, period, next sentence, to bring you the most actionable and entertaining content on YouTube. You don't go buy the dip on the Titanic.
Quarterback that you love, D-Bro. One of the best values in fantasy football.
Prop bets with my man JRich.
Is that yes! Let's go!
So wipe the crust out of your eye, get you a cup of coffee. It's time to wake y'all asses up. We're Ray
and Jay
in the morning.
My God.
How good is
Dude,
he? How good is GMGP? It is Friday, August 1st, 2025. New month, JRich. New month. Let's get out of that dreadful July. We got damn football, Chargers, Lions, people in the chat. We were a tad bit late, JRich, tad bit late. Working through some issues, but we're here, baby. And we got the people in the building. I'm excited. Dan in the building, Garrison, Alex C, Jimbo, Eric in the building, Lando 7, D-Man, Richie, Jorge from Rhode Island, Alex C, Paul, Hunter, Joe Green, Mr. Gout, James Black, Freaky Friday. JRich, how you doing, baby?
I'm good, man. I'm good. And you sound great, by the way. I want to know what's going on in the chat. Someone's
what
telling
happened?
you to give me the business. What did I say?
What happened?
What did I do?
What happened?
D-Man saying lay into JRich, Ray. Over what? Over 34-7? Because we're bolting the hell up on a Friday? Come on. Come on,
man.
Ray, your boy Trey Lance?
Hey,
looking good?
Trey, we back.
You know who's probably wishing they had Trey Lance right now, Ray?
Who's that?
Cowboys fans, but y'all got Joe Milton, the savior.
Stop.
You had Trey Lance, you gave him away. He said, nah, we'll take Joe Milton, baby. Trey
We
looked good last
appreciate
night,
all
though.
the people. We appreciate everybody being in the building, man. I'm my dog Marcus in the building, Jacob, Richie, Lee from Australia. And yes, NFL is back. JRich, we will not have another week without football until like February 2026. So it's a good
Thank
day
goodness.
to be here. It's Friday. There may be a little freakiness this Friday, but not too much because that seems to not be getting people in the media very far these days, being a little too freaky, too publicly. So we're going to start to reel that back over here. I don't want any of them issues. Yahoo job starts next week. I don't need no problems being a little too freaky, JRich. We're not going to do that today, but we are going to talk through Chargers, Lions. There's a lot of news, big time players wanting out. Got some players coming in. Got a lot to talk about, JRich. Where do you want to start? Let's get the ticker up. The people like the ticker. I mean, it's our first week back, Jay. You were out on vacation for a week. I had some family stuff going on, so we're just vibing with the camp news. I see the chat talking about Baker Mayfield. There's something that happened with Baker, I believe, that we missed early this morning or happened early this morning, so we'll talk about it. But let's just dive into the game last night, man. Hall of Fame game. Chargers, Lions. Final score doesn't really matter. 34-7. I mean, I guess it matters for the coaches, right? The players going out there, putting shit on wax, getting on the field. But in the grand scheme of September and week one of the NFL, what kind of takeaways did you have? Did you watch the game? Did you enjoy the game? Did you watch the game? What were your just overall thoughts? Football is back.
Yeah, I mean, football's back. I did watch the game. I was excited to see, what do we get from Omarion Hampton? He's obviously one of the main guys we're really paying attention to. And then, of course, Tre Harris as well. But your boy, Ray, like, whether it's TesSlaa or KeAandre Lambert-Smith, those are the two guys.
It's
TesSlaa.
TesSlaa is how you pronounce it. That's how they were saying it last night.
We will get there. But those are the two guys I think people are going to say, we hope to see something from them. They were the two standouts on both sides. And is there any takeaways from either of those players, right? Because we know Detroit they're pretty set as far as receiving options go. Maybe there's some opportunity in LA for KeAandre Lambert-Smith. But what do you expect from those two players, and what did you see from them two on the field yesterday?
Yeah, let's the fantasy kind of relevant guys, the players that and JRich, for those of y'all out there, he's got a little raspy voice. JRich was partying a little too hard down here in Dallas, and he is sick. He's sick, but he's on the show today. I told him to take off. He said, hell no, I've got to be here to talk about my Chargers, his Chargers.
Damn right.
He's got to talk about his Chargers. He's got to
At least
talk
they
about
only
his
got two
Patriots
teams.
and their new starting wide receiver that was just activated yesterday. But look, Isaac TesSlaa, or however you pronounce his name, he looked pretty good. He looked pretty good. He had 2 for 46, 2 long passes, showed some physicality. He looked really good. And KeAandre Lambert-Smith scored a touchdown, nice slant route, got deep down the field. Trey Lance delivered a dime to him. Trey Lance was playing really good ball. 13 for 20, 120 yards, 2 touchdowns. He looked like a player who, listen, it's preseason, right? But you want to see your guys improving, right, and making steps forward. And I think Trey Lance showed well last night in his opportunity. Hall of Fame game, we get it. They're not playing against ones half the time. They're not playing against twos. But I thought Trey Lance looked really good. Hendon Hooker and Kyle Allen, not so much on the other side for the Detroit Lions. But KeAandre Lambert-Smith, man, Jay, listen, we always talk about the stuff we get a little bit, wrong, and we joke at ourselves and talk about that. But this is one, I've been talking about KeAandre Lambert-Smith for a very long time, JRich. And if you watch this show, we actually have the clip because everybody is out there talking about how they've been in on KLS, JRich. I see that. I told you it's KLS. Well, JRich, we have the receipts. We're not fantasy receipts out here, but we've got the receipts on us talking about KLS. Let's pull that up. 2 months ago, JRich, right here on this show, you and I, let's watch what happens.
What'd you say?
He brought up this name, KeAandre Lambert-Smith.
Ray was sending me some late night clips of KLS.
Hey, no bullshit. If you haven't, I know, here's the thing. Outside of Joe and Kevin, you have not watched them. I guarantee you haven't. You have not. You have not watched. I'm watching them like, hey, Jay, if he's on waivers, I'm going to just pick him up. The ball tracking skills are very good. Hit that air horn for all. Hit that air horn, JRich, for all GQ.
Woof.
Look at Luke. Luke is like, who? You don't even know where he was drafted. He got drafted with, we're talking about Deontay Thornton, talking about all these other.
He started at Penn State.
Deontay Thornton, man. Hey, JR Enterprise, if you know, you know. Adam. Hey, JR Enterprise been adding. This is a real player.
6'1", 190.
2 months ago, Jay.
Chargers, though, Ray.
Just go look. Just go. The hands look better. Jay, we try to tell the people, right? We if you watch the show, you know, JRich, and
you would know.
It was Hall of Fame game, but you better believe. I bet you if you go look at sleeper, I bet you if you go look at #1 most added receiver, everybody wants that KLS. What's he going to become long term? I don't know, JRich. I don't know.
Receiver 4, probably.
Here's what I do know. People get excited after they see shit happen on the field, right? People get excited when they see real football stuff happening on the real football field. If you can take a player that you got off of waivers, and even if in Dynasty, JRich, you're only getting a 3rd rounder back. You get somebody that's fish enough to give you a 2nd. You know how much of a found profit that is in Dynasty fantasy football? There's not a lot that you're going to be able to do between now and September 1st to really gain a lot of profit, because you got to wait till the season starts for your players to start doing stuff and getting real targets and scoring real fantasy points. But if these opportunities in the preseason allow you to flex that asset that you spent nothing on, that was free 99, and you turn that into a 3rd that you can buy you a spot start running back in week 14, you could turn that into a 2nd that you use to tack onto something to up tier at wide receiver or quarterback. Like, this is what the preseason is about. This is how you nap. You don't get excited for KLS because you think he's going to become Randy Moss. You get excited because you feel that somebody else in your league is going to be excited enough to give you something of value for the asset that you found on the ground, right? That's what's exciting about. That's why you're watching. That's why you should be excited about KeAandre Lambert-Smith. Not because he's going to be better than Ladd McConkey. He's not replacing Quentin Johnston, right? It's, can I turn a profit on this thing that I got off the ground for free, Jay? And last night was a good start to that trajectory, right? Deontay Thornton was also mentioned in that video. If he does the same, it's the same type of concept. These things that you paid nothing for that you can turn into usable assets for fantasy point scoring season.
Yeah, and that's the dynasty game that people don't want to play, right? They're happy to draft the first rounders, second rounders, trade for the top assets, but it's grinding those small edges that could build towards a better future for your dynasty roster, and KLS can absolutely do that. So great start for him, and hopefully can only continue throughout the offseason. But what's the next story you want to get to? Did you want to get to Baker Mayfield?
Well, you keep that throat at bay. Get a sip of coffee or something, JRich. I'm gonna go to the comment.
There's nothing I can do.
Do you have a lozenge in?
I have a lozenge in right. There's absolutely nothing I can do.
Scale of 1 to 10. How you feeling, man? Scale of 1 to 10.
The funny thing is, I feel fine. Like, it doesn't hurt or anything. I just can't talk.
It may not be a bad thing today. So let's continue. Let's see what Luke has to say. Luke says the community probably has KLS over Tre Harris already. Are you at all worried about Tre Harris? He didn't do anything last night. I think he got a target. Are you worried?
He got a target. Hampton didn't do anything.
Yeah.
What's funny is someone said it early in the show. If Hampton scored that touchdown, imagine what his ADP
pants
would
off.
be.
Yeah,
right? But it was
right?
Vidal, so no one really cares.
Yeah, Vidal scores 2. I don't want him. Stinks. No Vidal.
He's no Hampton.
Looked fine. He had a nice 8-yard run. They got the ball on a fumble to return. The number 15 Stewart, I believe, fumbled the ball for Detroit. Hampton had a nice little 8-yard run. I thought he was going to house it on that one, and then he bounced that one to the outside, and Rocky Sen said, "No, sir, this is not the ACC," and tackled him at the goal line, and I think his night was done after that. But no, I'm not concerned about Tre Harris not doing a damn thing in that game either. Like, zero. Good to see. Honestly, I think I'm happier that it was KLS that kind of had the big game in the first one, because Harris I think his role is solidified, right? He's going to be what he is on that offense. He's going to get his opportunity. It's good to see some of the other pieces shine. Oronde Gadsden, I was watching him. I believe he was number 86 last night. He was getting pushed around out there, a little thin at tight end. He was getting pushed around. So some maturation there. Will Dissly looked good, which means, JRich, the starting tight end for the Chargers will be absolutely free. Last round, underdog, last round. Tyler Conklin didn't play. That's the starting tight end. It's not Gadsden. It's not Will Dissly. It's Tyler Conklin. And when you're talking about a tight end position that after like the big 3 or 4, it really kind of doesn't matter. Give me round 20 Tyler Conklin starting with Justin Herbert. So feel good about KLS. Feel good about Tre Harris still. Omarion Hampton will be fine.
So,
go ahead.
Do you have any concerns about Tre Harris if we see virtually nothing from him this preseason? Because as you said, this is the KLS opportunity game. It's the TesSlaa opportunity game. But at some point throughout the preseason, there's going to be starters on the field. So would you expect a decent game from Tre Harris at some point to feel more confident going into the season?
Not really. Not in preseason. I mean, sure. He's going to get his opportunity. I'm just practice, right? Like I'm not that concerned that if Tre Harris doesn't have 20 receptions for 420 yards in the preseason that he's not going to be good, right? That's just low down my list. I like to see he's going to get his opportunity. He cannot play another preseason game. Tre Harris is going to be on the field for the Chargers, right? Second round pick. He's going to be on the field. I want to see some of those other guys play well. The KeAandre Lambert-Smiths, the Oronde Gadsens, the cornerback, dude, Nico Reed, who pick six, not a pick six, but interception, jumping the route. You want to see some of those other ancillary guys that have been getting hype and buzz. Those guys step up and kind of carve out a role. So no, zero concern about Tre Harris. On the other side, Detroit didn't play anybody. TesSlaa was probably the biggest kind of fantasy relevant guy. If you're holding out hope for Hendon Hooker, I don't know how or why. Craig Reynolds was the featured running back for the Lions, and I don't think there was much else. They wanted to see Dominic Levitt, another wide receiver from Georgia. He didn't really do a lot. I think that was about it from that game, but we had football, man. We had football. Yeah. The biggest news, though, Jay, even though we had football on our screens first game of the season, is 100% the drama that is happening in Washington. And we can get to Baker in a minute, but we got to talk about what's happening with the Commanders. Second-year quarterback Jaden Daniels supposed to take this next step forward. But right now, Jay, things are not good. Things are not good. Terry McLaurin has officially requested a trade. Schultz reported this out. I'm not gonna give the source out, but we have somebody in our community that told us this yesterday morning before Jordan Schultz, before Adam Schefter. We've got somebody that has close ties to Mr. McLaurin and his camp, and he told our Discord, watch ESPN later today. This was, I almost stole it and tweeted it out and been like, hey, I got some sources here that said we need to be watching out for Terry McLaurin, but I didn't want to do that. Just in case this wasn't vetted out the right way. Old GQ didn't want to stick his neck out there like that, but told us that this was probably going to pop off, and it did. So Terry McLaurin has asked for a trade from the Commanders. We know that the new GM of Washington came from San Francisco, and they're notoriously
unless you're
playing
a Bosa,
games
right?
with contracts out there in San Francisco. So your thoughts hearing this, seeing this, Terry McLaurin, get me the hell out of here. I think the odds for his next team, minus 250 to return to Washington, and the next highest odds are your New England Patriots at, I believe, plus 450. JRich, what are your thoughts about McLaurin requesting a trade from the Commanders?
Well, I think for me, is this just a tactic or is it for real, right? Are they actually not going to pay him and trade him away? Or is he just trying to add more media pressure on the Commanders to get the deal done? And so that's what I struggle with a little bit with this situation is I never thought he was going to leave. I thought they'd pay him eventually. But as it stands now, do you think he's going to be gone come September?
No, I don't. I don't, man. It's reality. It seems so late in the process for. Let's just take the Chargers. I saw people saying, "Oh, I would love McLaurin to go play with Justin Herbert in LA." Right?
Me too.
Let's just say they make that trade tomorrow. Like how? I just don't know how quickly does he integrate into that offense? How much shifting needs to go? It just feels late for that to happen. Now, that's not to say the Patriots, that's not to say half of the league wouldn't want Terry McLaurin on their roster, right? Because for them, they're not playing the same game that we're playing. We're playing a game where we need points right away. Week 1 through week 10, we can't have any kind of lull, especially when you're giving up, value for an asset that you need to score points. So for an NFL team, they probably would be fine with Terry McLaurin taking 3-4 weeks to get acclimated to the offense, right? We don't give a shit. We're the Chargers, man. As long as this dude's ready to go down the stretch as we go into the playoffs, their objective and end game is much different than ours. So I think from a fantasy perspective, I would not want to see him get moved this late in the process. Now, we are just at the beginning of camp, but we're in the preseason. They are installing for the regular season, for September, for their week 1 opponent. Team-wise, excited as hell. Your team trades for Terry McLaurin, your team gets better. Fantasy-wise, I'm not sure that he just plops into an offense and then boom, he's number 1 target, Terry McLaurin playing with Jaden Daniels. I don't think I would want that, Jay. So I believe they figure out a way to get this done, but his asking price has got to come down. I don't think he's getting $33 million. I saw my coworker, Matt Harmon, tweeted out he deserves every bit of money that DK got and more because he's better than DK. Every job is different, right? Every franchise is different, but I don't think he's getting 33, 32 million per season. So we shall see, man. We shall see. I think he ultimately returns to Washington, though.
Yeah, I mean, it makes the most sense, right? And that's where the hard part for us is we want to see him get opportunity. The most opportunity he's going to have is in Washington. If he gets moved to New England, for instance, all those Stephon Diggs, wide receiver 1, undervalued shares, to some extent, they're dead. It's fine for Drake May, but he's too good to not impact every other player on the roster. And I think that's the problem for fantasy purposes if he does ultimately get moved.
Yeah, a lot of people saying there's no way he gets moved. Ike is in the chat saying he's not getting moved, folks. Scribbles, no way he's moved. I think
it
NFL
feels
teams
like
are
no way is
stubborn.
a little strong, right?
Yeah, I don't think it's a no way thing, but I absolutely think that I think they figure out a way to get that done and he returns to Washington. How does this impact Debo right now, though?
It's
how does
great
this
for Debo.
the reports that I've read, connection with Zach Ertz is solid, right? The connection between JD5 and Zach Ertz, he's an old man tight end that's probably going to be pretty good for where you draft him at. He's going real late, so you get you a nice little stack option with Jaden Daniels. I'll say this. Here's what I would be doing. I believe Terry McLaurin is in the building. But I also know that they drafted Jalen Lane. He was the only skill position player that they spent any type of capital on. When they take Jalen Lane in round 3, I think he was a round 4 pick. Can you look that up, Jay? It was no later than round 4. I want to say Jalen Lane was picked on day 2. I think he was a round 3 pick. But I probably would be. Where was he at? 3 or 4?
Fourth round.
Fourth rounder. Okay, so top of day 3.
But not bad though.
I would be adding some Jalen Lane. That would just be a player that I would just want a few shares of, just in case McLaurin isn't there or starts off a little slow, or by McLaurin not being in camp right now, the rookie's getting a few extra looks.
He's getting a lot of extra looks.
He's
Absolutely.
just getting some extra looks. It doesn't mean he's starting over no damn Terry McLaurin. Doesn't mean he's going to out-target Terry McLaurin when he's on the field. But that extra time on the field, those extra reps with Jaden Daniels, maybe the coaching staff is looking like, hey, Terry McLaurin or not, we probably need to get this young number 83 on the field a little bit and give him some opportunity. So I just want pieces of good offenses, Jay. And this is one of the better offenses in the NFL. So you know what? I want some Debo. I want some McLaurin. I want some Lane. I want some Ertz. I want some I want a piece of all of the goodness of that situation. And I think that Jalen Lane is another player that, depending on the league that you play in, he might be on waivers or throw in or whatever. He's a late round pick. He's a last round guy in underdog. So I would be taking a couple of stabs at that situation in the pass catching room.
Yeah, he's getting all the valuable reps, right? Whether
Luke
Terry
McCaffrey
is in the Luke McCaffrey. Where are you at on? The problem with Luke McCaffrey is that his role is Debo's role, or some semblance of that over the middle, in the slot, short area quickness guy, versus Jalen Lane. Like, he profiles as a guy that could replace McLaurin from a practice standpoint, not a game standpoint, not what he does on the field, but he's going to get those same opportunities. And that's why I think it makes a lot of sense to look at for Jalen Lane.
Yeah, for sure. Says I'm buzzing. JRich, am I buzzing? Is the mic buzzing a little bit for you?
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
But
we're having some. This is what we were working on this morning. A little bit of buzz issues. Is it still there, Jay?
It comes and goes a bit. It's not too bad though. It's been all right.
All right. Well, let's see what the chat's talking about. Baker Mayfield. I did not see anything about Baker, so I'm gonna look up Baker right now. What was the?
I think it's Pelissero tweeted it out.
All right, let me pull it up. Baker Mayfield. What's going on with Bake, JRich? Just give me started while I pull it up.
So, Bucks quarterback Baker Mayfield won't practice today after suffering a contusion on his throwing hand Thursday. Per source, Mayfield underwent scans as a precaution and ruled out a more significant injury. He's day-to-day.
Yeah, I got that right now. Here we go. Here's the tweet right here from Jenna Laney at ESPN 34 minutes ago. Baker suffered hand contusion, throwing hand, day-to-day. Okay, so not a big deal. Not a big deal for Baker.
I'm not going to worry about that. Yeah,
Baker's going to be fine.
He's just taking a couple days off. He should be okay. Unless it gets worse, I feel like we shouldn't worry about it at all.
Yeah.
Just a couple days off. Should be back next week. No problem.
All right, cool. Nothing to see then with Baker Mayfield. Get better. Baker's going to be good. Ray buzzing. JRich sounding like he's been throat chopped. Love Freaky Friday. We making it through, man. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it through the show. Adam says I don't hear it. I think it's dependent on where I'm at on the mic. It's just
it comes and goes.
It comes and goes, y'all. We'll figure it out. We'll get through the show. What else do we have going on here in the NFL streets? Can we touch on the Rome hype? Jeff wants to touch on the Rome Odunze hype. Well,
That's your area, right?
First of all, you owe Black Coast and Loveland a little bit of an apology because Ben Johnson said he killed it yesterday at camp. They said Luther Burden was out there making plays left and right for the Chicago Bears. Now, I did see a beat reporter. It was a fan. I think it was a fan.
Okay.
Fan, beat reporter, both probably more fan than beat reporter, say there's an outside shot that Luther Burden could lead Chicago in receiving this year.
What?
Yeah, I'm Listen, I'm just the messenger. I ain't going that damn far.
That's got to be a fan, right?
That's
Got to be someone with a lot of Luther Burden shares.
Fan / reporter. It's a combo with a little more fan than report. I do not believe he's going to lead the Bears in receiving. I think that's going to be one of Rome Odunze or DJ Moore. Reports I'm hearing, it's kind of positive for all wide receiver parties. I hear DJ Moore's doing a good job. They got him running with the running backs at parts of practice. Going to play some running back for the Bears.
Yeah.
Haven't heard. Somebody was aggregating all of Ben Johnson's comments and quotes. And they said one player he has not talked about at all is Roschon Johnson. Hadn't mentioned Roschon Johnson's name at all. So you got DeAndre Swift at running back. You got Roschon, Kyle Monunga. I think Travis Homer is there, somebody like that. And you got DJ Moore. You're hearing Rome Odunze doing the damn thing on the outside, playing well, looking like an X. I saw a nice pass from Caleb Williams. Probably gotten his head taken off, but it was a whole shot right to Rome Odunze. You got Colston Loveland getting buzzed, Luther Burden. I don't really know how much more Rome Odunze I can talk about. I've been talking about him all offseason. This is the player that I believe will assume to that wide receiver 1 role in Chicago. I think he's going to lead the team in receiving. He's going to be the X wide receiver, and Ben Johnson is going to build around last year's top 15 pick in Rome Odunze, the guy that people said was the most polished wide receiver out of the whole bunch of the group.
Yep.
Wasn't he the safest wide receiver from the 2024 class?
I believe he
no
was.
doubt
Yeah,
he fails.
I believe he was.
There's no way he's not
Yep.
good. I'm going to bank on Rome. So I've continued to talk about him. I don't know how much more I can say about Odunze.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we need to say anything else about him, honestly, because we expect him to be a 1,200-yard receiver with probably 7 or 8 touchdowns, depending on what happens in this offense. DJ Moore's going to do his thing. The question, Ray, is like, how high would you be willing to bet on Luther Burden? Because we like him. He's looking good in camp. Seems to be healthy. Can he be that third option for this Bears team?
They say you sound like RFK, JRich. That is...
It's getting worse. It's getting worse.
Get another lodgings in there, man. Put something in that throat, dude. You said DP is in the building.
Put something in that throat.
DP
Freaky
says
Friday.
JRich sounding like a lesser Barry White. RFK. My audio's buzzing. The mic buzzes. It's just a shit show this Friday, but we are here. I got Rome
Garrison.
for 202 after down. DJ Moore equals Joe Mixon. Come on, Walt. Come on, Walt. I don't know there. What did you ask me? What about Burden?
Can he be the third pass catcher in this offense this season? And would you say he's the favorite to do so?
I think he can. I don't know if I would
he's
say
the favorite. So, ranking the remaining players on the Bears, you know you got your top 2.
Moore and
Like,
Odunze.
We're very sure about that. We're slightly leaning Odunze over Moore, and I would agree with you in that sense. You got Burden, you got Loveland, you got Kmet. Let's just leave Swift out of it because he's a running back. He'll probably get a decent amount of pass catches. But who do you think could be that third option? You got 2 rookies and a veteran tight end here. Who would be your pick? The first-round tight end, the second-round receiver, or the veteran tight end that's been doing it for years?
Probably a combination of the 3. I don't believe Kmet's going to go away. Loveland was drafted to be the dynamic playmaker of probably the future. No doubt about it, right? Even if Loveland isn't George Kittle today, he's a damn tight end. It's going to take a little bit of time. So I think Loveland, I would probably say Burden. If you're talking about the third pass-catching option, just because...
What about
Loveland
Olamide Zaccheaus?
I think Zaccheaus is there. I've continued to talk about Zaccheaus being there on the field. And if what happened, Burden does something silly, they yank him out and throw Zaccheaus right in there. He's a veteran. He knows what to do. But I think if I were projecting it, the 2 tight ends, I feel like, are just going to cannibalize each other to a degree for the upside. You might be watching and be like, damn, just give the ball to Loveland. Stop throwing it to Kmet. Get Loveland more involved. But maybe they eat into each other a little bit more than we like. I would say Luther Burden. I think that'd be a good bet for the third. Take the running backs out. Take Swift out of the equation. Pass catcher, I think Luther Burden is a fine bet to be the third option. My question to you is how good is that going to be with Caleb in this offense? That's the real question.
Well, that's the problem, right? Is that the way that these players are all drafted, it's not just Burden, it's not just Komet, it's not just Loveland. Like, they're drafted like there's going to be 3 viable options in this offense. We just don't know who that third one's going to be. And it could be Olamide Zaccheaus that potentially projects as the starting slot until Luther Burden assumes that role at some point during the season. I mean, I kind of think it's going to be just 2 guys. I think you're going to want Swift, you're going to want Odunze, you're going to want Moore. And trying to bet on that third guy in this offense, I don't think I'm ready to do it this year, right? I think that's my problem. I don't think I'm ready to do it this season with the Chicago Bears like a lot of people are. They expect this offense to be so good. There is 3 options. Stop reading the comments and laughing. You're distracting me. But
you do it to me all the time. You do it
punch.
to me all the time, dude. You do it all. I'm trying to do the show, and and your laugh, you're so obnoxious. You're leaning all over, covering your face. I'm just giggling here, man.
No, it's all right. But yeah, it'll be 2 guys and Swift, I think. And then whatever you feel about Caleb. But I'm not really willing to bet on Burden.
Without a throat problem.
Yeah.
JRich is getting a lot of support on the show right now.
I appreciate it.
Somebody called you RFJ. It's not RFK anymore. It's RFJ.
That's better than Skip Richards. I'll take it.
With that raspy voice. Gotta clean up those that red dye and all that food over here, JRich. Get it done for us. Yeah. Get it done for our country, JRich. Yeah, Luther Burden's not gonna lead them in receiving. Like, no, that's not gonna happen. But
probably not.
Good that he's getting positive buzz, right? After getting removed from a rep in practice, he comes back and things are looking on the up and up for the Chicago Bears, JRich. Things are looking on the up and up for the Chicago Bears. What? Oh, okay. All right. Odunze, Moore, Loveland, Burden. JRich sounding like 2012 Lil Wayne. Ray just adding that comment and nodding. Laughing is so good. Throat support in the chat. Where do you want to go next, Jay? A lot of news. Your Patriots activated Mac Hollins.
Yes,
We've got Hunter Renfrow apparently looking good. Can we go back to the Nick Chubb thing? Because we talked about this on on Wednesday, and you kind of laughed. Like, oh, man, no way, Nick Chubb. The camp buzz out of Houston is he doesn't look good. I'm just going to say it, Jay. I'm just the messenger. It says he looks like the 3rd or 4th best running back on the field for the Texans. What are you doing with the backfield? What are you doing with this backfield? I love Woody Marks, but there's no way he could be a feature back. It just cannot happen. I'm not anticipating that. I'm not banking on Woody Marks being the lead dog all the way through in Houston. I don't trust Nick Chubb. Nobody wants Dameon Pierce. Darway Agumba, like, this situation, man, feels very bad, JRich. It feels very rough right now in Houston.
Yeah, I mean, without Joe Mixon, this running back room seems disgusting. So let's give a shout out to Texans Jacob, who I don't know if he's not a beat reporter, but apparently he's been at practice. Okay. He said, I've seen a lot of RB questions, so I'll rank the guys I've seen so far in camp. And this is, of course, at Texans.
Okay, camp. I like this.
Number 1, Jawar Jordan. Number 2, Woody Marks and JJ Taylor. Number 3, Ray, a player I've never heard of, British Brooks. Don't know him. Don't know what school he went to. Number 4, your boy, Nick Chubb. Wow. And then Dare Ogunbowale at 5. I think Dameon Pierce is still injured, so he's not at practice right now. But Jawar Jordan / Woody Marks seem to be the top 2 guys, according to Texans Jacob, at camp so far. And it does back up the report that you saw that Nick Chubb is like 3 or 4 currently on the RB rotation. When you're behind British books, that's a problem.
All I keep thinking about is the British Bulldog right now. Do you know who British Bulldog is? One of the greatest SummerSlam matches in the history of WWE. British Bulldog, Bret Hart. I think it was like 93. Just great. I just keep thinking about the British Bulldog. He was white, JRich, and he wore cornrows in that match.
Oh, nice.
Just FYI. Jawar Jordan, no.
Would you take a shot on him, though? Because he could be the week 1 starting running back if Joe Mixon is not healthy.
There's no way.
There's no
way. There's no way, Jay. Like,
Cody's saying fullback only. Yeah, probably.
There's just no way. I think what you're really hoping for is Joe Mixon to get his foot better. Like, I think that's really what you kind of want to happen is Joe Mixon's foot to get better, Jay.
Yep. But that sounds like this sounds really bad for CJ Stroud. Not that, again, he can overcome it and have a great start to the year, maybe throw for a ton of yards, touchdowns, all that stuff. But, like, they need a running game. So if this is what they're looking at without Joe Mixon, I don't know if there's anybody who's available right now in free agency. I can't think of anyone off the top of my head, but it's not looking good right now for the Texans running game, especially with an offensive line that's already not very good or projects to be not very good depending on how they rebuild it this season.
Yeah, British Brooks is a 5'11", 225-pound fullback in his second
North Carolina,
season.
though.
1 carry last year for 2 yards for a long of 2.
Running ahead of Nick Chubb.
Again, man, we're here. We're guessing, right? We're trying to figure out who to take some shots on, where to go, what to do. So when you're just looking at this Texas offense, who do you want? Like, who do you truly want from this Texas offense? There were people asking me the other day, Ray, do you buy CJ Stroud? Do I buy Stroud? Do I buy the dip on Stroud? They need a damn running back, man. And it's not going to be Woody. It's not going to be. I've been 10 toes down on drafting Woody Marks. I think he's going to be an excellent pass catching running back, but I think that's his role. It's not be Joe Mixon, not be Nick Chubb. His role is what it is. This just doesn't seem like a good spot. I'm very curious to see if Houston makes a move for a running back. You know, that a running back getting traded now wouldn't bother me at all. Like receivers, quarterbacks, that kind of stuff. Running back can get traded midseason and suit up and start the next week. I'm not worried about that. They need to do something, man. They need to do something.
Yeah, I mean, that's where with Stroud, like, I don't know what to do with them. Does this give you any more confidence in drafting Stroud to think that he could be a top 12 quarterback this season? And how do you feel? Because for me, I'm kind of out on Stroud this year. You seem to be okay with his price, but not necessarily buying the upside. We love Nico Collins. What are your thoughts on Higgins, right? Who everyone loves. And then
everyone loves
Christian
Higgins.
Kirk, Jalen Noel, whoever you think that third receiver is going to be, and kind of how you feel the Texans offense. They need a running game, and I absolutely agree with you there. But I just don't know what this team's going to be if they don't have that running game for like 4 weeks of the season. Because I don't think you can put it all on Stroud and him succeed the way I think some people believe that he's going to have to do.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think I really don't know, Jay. I think it's just going to be.
They got the Rams, the Bucks.
It's going to be on the back of CJ Stroud. Like I just think I'm looking at their depth chart right now.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, like you say, it's Mixon out, Chubb not good, Pierce out, and then you got 4th rounder Woody Marks. So again, found profit. Woody Marks he was a 4th round rookie pick. 4th round rookie pick. Maybe in some rookie drafts, people still didn't want him, so you got him for free off of waivers. You're going to be able to turn a profit if he's on the field and playing, man. I'm very, very interested in how this offense plays out because it feels like a lot of everything is just going to hinge on CJ Stroud, man.
I think you have to. I think you got to pick up Jawar Jordan because, again, they may bring in somebody, but until they do, he projects like the starter, which sounds crazy, but it's August 1st. And we don't know what's happening with Joe Mixon right now. So until we get some more clarity there, people are saying Antonio Gibson should trade for Breece Hall. Like, there is running backs that could be traded for, that could become available. But, I mean, until they make that move, why not just have the guy that could be the starter on your bench? Because it's probably not going to be Woody Marks. And someone was asking about Pass Pro. I don't know how any of these guys are in Pass Pro, but that was the one thing that D'Amico Ryan said was that Nick Chubb is primarily there for Pass
Pro,
which he actually is very good at Pass Pro.
Yeah.
Whether he can run the ball or not, he can still block.
All right, Jay. It's not going to be a show till we talk about the QB who's going to bounce back from the abyss this year.
Okay.
What quarterback is it, Jay? What am I talking about?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I got
is it this guy?
text. I got a text this morning. No, Dak is good. I got a text
Dak
this
is
morning.
very good.
This is non-tweeted out training camp clips. I got a text
Is
with
it
some
Malik?
video
Oh,
from
with
my
some video.
source.
Oh.
Video from Indianapolis Colts camp. Video evidence from Colts camp. Anthony Richardson looks outstanding. From what I'm hearing from my sources, JRich, he has thoroughly outplayed Daniel Jones. He is in the driver's seat to be the week 1 starter for the Indianapolis Colts. And his newfound dedication to the game of football, his preparation, everything that he's doing to work at being a successful NFL quarterback is starting to materialize before the Indianapolis Colts' eyes. Yeah, I'm just the messenger, okay? I'm not telling you to agree. I'm not telling you to buy. I was asked weeks ago, Ray, give me a bold prediction for 2025. And I said, Anthony Richardson is not done yet. JRich, are you a little more bullish? Are you a little more excited for Anthony Richardson here in 2025? I'm just, the reports and the drumbeat has been positive for this young man.
Yep.
We know all the transgressions. We know everything that he did not do well, the things in which he should have done better. And now in year 3, he's saying, I'm doing that. I know when your back's against the wall, Jay, when that damn project is due tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., you'll stay up all damn night and plagiarize for that report. You know what I'm saying? You're just putting it together to get it submitted. When your back's against the wall, you got to figure it out. Rich's back is against the wall, man, and the reports are positive. Is he worth the risk at cost now? Because he doesn't cost you what he cost you last year or as a rookie. I mean, he's damn near QB 29, 28, 30 off the board and underdog. Is he worth it? And you, my friend, during that Scott Fishbowl draft, you were like, he's on my radar. You were pumping him up. So don't you get on the show and act like you don't like him when you wanted to draft him. Talk about JRich.
So the problem for me with JRich is until I know he's going to be the starter, I just have a little bit of pause. Yeah, you brought up the Stephen Holder thing where he wrote an article talking about how serious JRich is taking this offseason, how he's revamped his diet as one of the small ways he's trying to be even better in all facets of football, not just on the field, not just in his preparation, but also in the way that he carries himself in terms of his diet, what he's putting into his body, just trying to be the best version of Anthony Richardson. And to your credit, all the reports are that these things are paying off, and he has looked better, and he does look better than Daniel Jones. But are we sure today, or would you be willing to bet today that he is the starter over Daniel Jones? Because that's where I struggle. If he was going to be the starter, I'd be willing to take the risk, of course. But I still believe there's a world where Shane Steichen goes with Daniel Jones because he's the safer option of the two. Right or wrong? And so do you think today you believe that JRich is going to be the starter for the Colts? And what is your confidence level in that?
I believe my chat is doing me dirty today. I'm reading the comments here. They are not, I'm not getting a lot of love in the comments, JRich. This Friday, I was hoping I got a little love. I'm not getting a lot of love in the chat. People saying I'm stepping on them beans and then trying to sell them. They're saying, they're not even saying I'm selling good beans. I'm stepping on them and then trying to sell them to you and you're not buying. I think you have to. I don't believe that they're going to go into the season and Daniel Jones is the starter. I think it's JRich's job to lose.
But what is your confidence level he's the starter? Because you can say all of that. You can say, they got to start and they should start him.
Percentage, scale of 1 to 10, how you want me to, what's
however
my
you want to do it. What's your confidence level? That he is the starter.
High.
But what is the number? So you think 70% of the time he's the starter? 80%.
Confidence.
100%. How confident?
Confidence, 90% that he's going to be the starter.
You are 90% confident he's going to be the starter.
Yeah, that doesn't mean he's going to hold it, but to go, I don't think they're going to.
I mean, opening week starter.
Yes, I think he's going to start for them.
If you believe that, you should be drafting him in like every single draft. Because if you believe he can start the season the starter, then you also should believe there's a world where he is the starter all season. If he's the starter all season, he's the top 15 quarterback.
I didn't say that. You said who's going to be the week 1 starter. Who I believe it's him. I said in that same thing, I'm not saying that means he holds it all 18 weeks. But
I'm not saying you said that, but you should.
It's his job to lose.
But if you believe in Anthony Richardson, you should believe if he's the week 1 starter, he can start the whole season. Why would you draft a guy if you think he's going to get benched mid-season? That doesn't make any sense, right? That's drafting Olamide Zaccheaus ahead of Luther Burden because he's ahead of him on the depth chart right now. You hear what I'm saying? So if you believe he's the starter week 1, you should also believe that he can be the starter all year long, or else why would you draft him? You don't draft him to have him for 6 games and then be like, well, at least he started the season, so he got me a couple points. You know what I mean?
I don't think I have to draft him any higher than where he's at because the community dictates the price. So I don't feel like I have to go out of my way to overpay for him. I think it's just where's he at right now? I believe he's like QB 29. Let me go look. Let me go look. I think can you go look that up real quick? Underdog rankings. I think he's like QB 29.
Yeah, let me see.
At that price, hell yeah, I'm in. Like at that cost of where he's at now. I'm not advocating for people to go trade future first for Anthony Richardson. I'm not telling anybody to go trade damn Jalen Hurts for Anthony Richardson. But where he's going right now, like what quarterback has more? Think about it like this, dude. You go through and look at some of Anthony Richardson's when he came back from the benching, right?
Yeah.
6 for 70 on the ground and a touchdown, 10 for 50 and a touch. The passing, there's a world where he's very good fantasy scorer without being damn Aaron Rodgers at quarterback. And can he stay on the field and remain healthy? That's a big thing, right? I think that's probably, outside of accuracy issues, him just being available is probably one of the bigger issues, because when he does run around, he wasn't sliding, his shoulder was banged up, concussion. Like, he's got to stay healthy. I don't think it's a hard sell at cost. Where's he at? Where's he going off the board?
QB 28.
That's what I thought.
181 overall.
Yes. At that cost, I'm very much in on the upside of that player. I think he's a better bet than even, I mean, you got people drafting damn Shuck and Dart and all those guys in redraft, man. In redraft.
No love for Shuck. No love for Shuck. Do you want JRich or Sam Darnold?
JRich or Darnold? Darnold.
So you think he's appropriately priced then?
Yeah, that's what I didn't say. I didn't say he should be drafted any damn higher.
You're not taking him. You're not taking. Well, Geno Smith is higher than him.
Anthony Richardson or Aaron Rodgers?
I would probably take Aaron Rodgers.
You're a damn lie. You're a damn lie.
So here's another one for
liar.
You. Anthony Richardson or Cam Ward?
Redraft. I mean, you're taking Cam Ward. Dynasty, you're taking Cam Ward. Come on, that's...
Yeah, well, no, I'm saying for this season, like for redraft purpose, this is underdog ADP. Right? But yeah, Rodgers is below him, and then who the hell knows who's behind him?
I mean, it's
Tyler Shuck,
after that, it's like
Russell Wilson. Tyler
it's,
Shuck. Daniel Jones, 40 picks later. I mean,
you want that Daniel Jones? I mean,
you want that Jackson Dart?
The quarterbacks that are down there, they're all stinky, man. I'm just asking, JRich or Bryce Young?
I'm taking Bryce Young. I like Bryce Young.
JRich or Tyler Shuck?
You got to take JRich. You got to take
JRich. Well, that's your boy. So
his team sucks.
That's your boy, right?
His team's awful.
Where's the sound effects at? The finger gun. Where's your pew pew at? JRich or Tyler Shuck? You a little panicked on that Shuck? Those bad reports?
Nah, the team stinks. The team stinks. I can't do anything about the team. Team's just bad. I like Kellen though. Kellen's a good.
Tyler Shuck or Spencer Rattler? Apparently, Spencer Rattler's the one who looks.
He's probably going to be the starter. Now the problem is I could say go pick up Spencer Rattler. He's probably on a roster, but he's also worth nothing, even if he is a starter. So you got to wait to see when Shuck starts.
OG Snuggle says, I think everybody's gonna say Fields. Said Justin Fields or JRich at ADP.
At ADP, JRich. 100%. 100%.
D-Bro's in the chat. Shout out to D-Bro. Hey, man. I'm just going to say this. I'm just going to say this on this show. We're a little over our time, but we started late. Good dude. Good dude. As I was going through everything with the family, Derek Brown personally was looking out for you, boy. Personally. So I just want to say, Thank you, man. Love you, D-Bro. Appreciate you. Now, D-Bro said, damn it, I thought I was out on A-Rich. Now I'm slowly. It's Jones, J-Rich. Like, the Colts are probably going to be a little bit of a mess, right? Like, probably.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
He's going to get a shot, man. And I think at cost, when you're talking QB 28, the upside for what his price is probably even higher than some of guys that you're drafting much, much higher with much better names. Like, this shit that's happening in San Francisco, like, how bad could that be for Purdy? People already don't like Brock Purdy regardless. And we know he's got a contract. I'm not comparing the two, but they got no receivers. Juwan Jennings, out. Ricky Pearsall, in and out. It's like Kittle, man. Like, and again, I'm not comparing the two, but there are a lot of other situations that are also quite dicey with QBs that people aren't all the way in on. So if I can just take the highest amount of upside for the least common denominator, maybe it is worth him being your QB3. You ain't drafting him to be QB1. You're probably not drafting him to be QB. At QB 28, you're probably the third option on my bench. And I think he's a fine option as at that cost. Pick 181 or whatever you said. No doubt about it. That's just my opinion, man.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's where when you compare him to Fields, it's like, well, Fields has a top 12 cost. And we know the downside with Fields. You're just praying that he runs enough to kind of make up for it. But the Jets are just much of a mess. Like, if I'm asking you right now, right, who wins more games this season? Is it the Colts or the Jets?
I think the Jets, man. Defensively.
You think the Jets?
I don't think that. You think that. We know you don't like Fields, first and foremost. I almost for a minute, I almost forgot. Your RFK voice is making me take sympathy on you a little bit. I almost forgot how big of a Fields hater you are. So no,
okay.
I almost, the chat, y'all shouldn't have let that. You don't like Fields, right? So of course you think the Jets are going to finish
especially
0-17. I'm taking Justin Fields at cost. There's no doubt. Here's why, Jay. Honestly, he's starting every damn game.
Yeah.
Who's the backup quarterback in New York? I don't even know.
Tyrod? I think it is Tyrod.
Tyrod? It was supposed to be Jordan Travis, and then he retired. He's starting every game. Every single game. There's nothing outside of injury. He's not coming off the field. So, Rich, he could get pulled.
Oh, yeah. He absolutely
he's already been pulled once, so he get pulled. Doesn't it kind of feel Mac Jones-esque? Doesn't it feel like Mac Jones? Remember that final season of Mac where Mac was the starter, but you know that leash, man. That leash was short, JRich. It was a short leash.
Bitching on the sidelines. Like
zappy time. It just is. I don't remember what week it was, but I know it was against the Chicago Bears. He threw an egregious pick in the first half, and that was all she wrote. Get your ass off the field.
That was
zappy season. I mean, that's what it feels like A-Rich is in for, but he does have a superpower, and he can run around, and he's big, and he's fast, and he's got a big arm, and I don't think the weapons are bad. You know who's looking good in Indy? You know who's going to be A-Rich's bad? I keep telling you.
It's not Michael Pittman, obviously.
Tyler Warren.
Oh.
Tyler Warren. The drumbeat around, and I kept everybody after the draft. I hate that landing spot. Tyler Warren, not that good. Loveland got drafted ahead of him. Tyler Warren, he is going to be a playmaker for this Colts team. The drumbeat around Tyler Warren, and is exactly how you don't get 150 targets in college football at the tight end position in a P5 conference unless you're a stud. Not only did he get 192 targets, he ran the damn ball, JRich, threw the ball. He was the offense for the Penn State and Nittany Lions, and you think that tight end that the team took inside the top 15 ain't going to get the ball?
I mean, look, Ray, who else is on that offense? Because I can't name a single player.
We know they needed a tight end, and they got one. I'm in.
They did.
I told you, 5 players I can't stop drafting. Josh and Hayden Show, underdog. Tyler Warren was on the list. I keep telling you, man, I am the tight end whisperer, JRich. I am the tight end whisperer. I am.
Then tell us more. Who else is on your can't stop drafting tight end list?
We're talking about Tyler Warren right now.
We are talking about Tyler Warren right now.
But I don't have a can't stop drafting tight end list. He was just on the can't stop drafting list, and he happens to be a tight end. But he's going to be a big beneficiary and a big part. He's going to help out Anthony Richardson. There's no doubt about it, man. This is a playmaker at a position of need for the Indianapolis Colts. They haven't had a tight end in years. They need this guy.
That's fair.
They drafted him early. He's a dynamic playmaker. Let's go. Like, this is going to help Anthony Richardson, Jay.
So, do you think he can be the second option for this Colts team?
Yes.
Because I think that's
Yes.
the question, right?
Yes.
There's hype around Downs. We know that Pittman's obviously still there. But then you're hoping that Warren can be the second option to some extent.
I think he can.
So,
Yes.
but what do you think that looks like this season? Because I think the problem for me, that not with Warren specifically, but it's probably going to be a lower volume offense. And then you have Downs, Pittman, and Warren all working together for this offense. And like, who's going to be the guy and who's number two and kind of how's that all going to work for you?
Cody likes how I whispered that tight end talk into his ear. He likes that. He likes that Tyler Warren. What did you ask me?
How do you think the targets shake out in Indianapolis? To where your praise for Warren is actually going to come to fruition on the field.
Pittman's going to get
Pittman's
his.
still going to get targets.
Pittman's going to
right?
get his. Downs is
People
awesome
like
too.
Downs a
okay,
lot.
so, yeah, Downs. I keep forgetting. It's Pittman and Downs. It's probably those two first. Pittman, Downs, and then Warren. It's that Pittman, Downs, or Downs, Pittman. One of those two. Downs, Pittman, Pittman, Downs.
What's your bet there?
Probably Pittman, Downs. And the reason
Okay.
why it's my criticism of Josh Downs since he came out of North Carolina. What is my criticism of Josh? And it has not been his play. What have I said about can you still hear that buzzing, by the way, JRich, or is it gone?
Oh, a little bit. But he can't stay on the field.
That was it, right? It's his ability to be on the field. And it's something that he kind of dealt with at North Carolina. Even throughout his early NFL career, there's been some stints where he's been injured. It's literally just his ability to stay on the field. If he can stay on the field, Downs is incredible. He's awesome. But I think that this selection of the Colts kind of factored into that because Tyler Warren can do a lot of that stuff. He can do a lot of that. He's not going to be Brock Bowers, right? He's not that type of athlete. He's not going to be this downfield maven, right? Where he's just screaming down the field. George Kittle getting 20 yards a catch. I think he's going to operate underneath. He's a big body. He's not as juiced up as some of those other guys. So yeah.
Yeah. And then it's funny, guys. So I'm looking at the depth chart right now. You obviously got Pittman, you got Downs, you got Pierce, right? Who we know he's going to get his targets, 60, 70, whatever it is. And I forgot all about Adonai Mitchell, the face plant.
I haven't heard a lot about AD. I actually heard some negative stuff that he's struggling a little bit in camp. Yeah. It wasn't a lot because I wasn't out there searching for AD Mitchell news, but I did see he was.
We've seen nothing from him.
I haven't seen a lot of positive stuff about AD.
Pittman leaves or gets traded or something in the last year of his deal, but it doesn't seem like there's going to be a lot of opportunity for AD Mitchell this year.
Yeah, it doesn't. Now that's a rough one because he's not playing over Alec Pierce. Not a chance. Antoine Pierce is solidified as that downfield field stretcher. What else we got? I'm looking in the chat right now. Downs, Pittman, JT Warren. Yeah, JT kind of take the running back out of the equation. JT's going to get his. Good buzz for backup running back DJ Giddens, though. DJ Giddens is getting some nice buzz.
He was second on the depth chart right now.
He's what?
He's second on the depth chart ahead of Khalil Herbert. So, it's just a complimentary back that maybe he gets some opportunities, especially in the preseason. Like if he comes out and he starts a preseason game, which I wouldn't expect, they still tend to lean on the veterans there. If Herbert's there, he'll probably be the starter. But if Giddens looks good, he projects to be the backup behind Jonathan Taylor.
Gamer69 Ray, just let me draft Pitts again and be disappointed. It's a fantasy football tradition at this point. I'm good with Pitts, but my co-host, don't get him started. His throat hurts. Don't even let him waste a sound.
But what are we doing? But Ray, you've heard the news. Him and old Penix golfing buddies. Are you buying into the Kyle Pitts hype?
No.
Wow.
No.
He's also Kyle Pitts Sr. now. I didn't know that.
That changes things.
Got that dad strength?
Got that dad strength, man.
Yeah.
Hunter Joe Green. Shout out to Hunter. Josh Allen. JRich, year 3 jump with Diggs. Hurts. Year 3 jump with A.J. Brown. Anthony Richardson. Could this be the year 3 jump with Tyler Warren?
What?
You don't like that?
What?
You just compared a veteran Stephon Diggs, all pro Stephon Diggs, a all-pro A.J. Brown, or probably not all-pro at that point, but he was definitely on the way there, to a rookie Tyler Warren. Come on. Let's be fair here. Those guys are established NFL veterans that were phenomenal, and Tyler Warren is just working his way into the NFL. So let's not go crazy now. Why not year 3 jump with Downs? Downs is good.
Fair. You get the point, man. You get the damn point.
I don't get that point.
This was a missing piece of the offense. Like when you don't have anything underneath, it makes it difficult. Yeah. So
Steichen needs his Dallas Goedert, baby. That's what he needs.
I'm not going to debate you on that one. Noah Fant signs with Cincinnati. Are you excited?
Well, wait, what does it do for your Mike Gesicki shares? That's a problem.
I think it's fine.
It's not a big problem, but it's a problem.
I think it's fine. They want to run 2 tight ends. I think it's fine. Mike Gesicki, here's the thing. I want pieces of good offenses. He had 3 spike weeks last year. Mike Gesicki had 3 games over 16 points. And 2 of those games, I believe he was over 20 points, right? So You're going to get your 3-4 spike weeks from Mike Gesicki. Noah Fant's going to be your yak guy. I don't think it really does much because Gesicki was never going to be 130 target tight end in that offense in Cincinnati. So, yeah, I don't think it does much for Gesicki. His role is probably what his role was always going to be.
Yeah, I think the only problem for me, right, is now they have 3 tight ends that could be on the field. And do they rotate Gesicki and Fant as the receiving option? Because, like, you're not running 2 tight end sets with 2 guys that can't block. At least, probably not. So you got Sample that can block and is very effective. You got Gesicki, you got Fant. Is there a rotation between Gesicki and Fant with the receiving work is kind of the question. But maybe they also use Fant more in the slot because he is an even better receiver than Gesicki is.
I think they'd probably use Gesicki more in the slot than they would use Fant in the slot. But
maybe
they're probably a little bit interchangeable, but they needed enough. You ain't throwing the ball to Drew Sample, right? You're not throwing the ball to Drew Sample. Not
he'll be on the field because he can block, though.
Yeah, he's an excellent blocker. JRich.
Yeah.
Dro C saying 60 targets for Mike Gesicki. Caleb Johnson, you see it on the ticker below. Some news about him struggling in camp. Not good at pass pro.
Just X out Caleb Johnson. Put in all rookie running backs struggling in pass pro, period. This is one of the biggest non-stories in the NFL.
There you go. Talk about it,
They cannot block at all. We see them every year. They struggle in pass pro. Even Travion Henderson has had some mixed reports on his pass pro, and he's one of the best rookies coming in pass pro. So it's like, look, when Mike Tomlin talks about Caleb Johnson, he didn't say he's excellent in pass pro. He said he's coming from a system where they stacked the box against him, and he still succeeded running a pro-style offense. You want him to run the ball. You don't care if he pass blocks. That's Jaylen Warren's role. That's a role he's very good in. He will be more than fine.
It's a tough thing to do. It's a tough transition for rookie running backs and that's why it's hard to pencil a lot of those guys in for that. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, third down. Jaden Blue, he'll be the third down running back. And it's like, not really.
Not if he can't block.
Might be you're hoping he gets the passing down work, but like being out there on third down, you better be able to pass pro because there's going to be some times where you think the running back's going to leak out and flare out and that check, you got to stay in and protect the blind side. So, I think it's a non-story as well. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, another rookie running back getting hype out of Washington, JRich. Do you think he's any threat to Brian Robinson? Do you think JCM is any type of threat to Brian Robinson?
I think any running back is always a threat to Brian Robinson, but I just don't expect him to make a massive impact for this team as it stands right now. Like, we know Eckler's role pretty solidified. Brian Robinson probably about the same. Hopefully he looks good, but he's probably more of an insurance policy for Brian Robinson than anything else.
Insurance policy for B-Rob. I agree with you. I think B-Rob's still the guy. I mean, he's the guy.
He's just another guy that's like, we don't care about B-Rob because he's just B-Rob. He does his thing. He's going to get his 800-900 yards. He's going to get his probably 7-8 touchdowns. But I don't think anyone's nipping at his heels to take his role right now. He's just a guy who just gets the job done week in and week out like he did at Alabama.
All right, JRich. Let's go receiver. Let's go receiver.
Ooh,
And
receiver.
I posted a video yesterday about this receiver. Jay, I was unplanned. I was just like, you know what? I want to talk a little Trinity. I want to talk a little usage.
Ooh.
George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. Great thumbnail, JRich, right here. Great
Thank you.
thumbnail. This is on the DDFFB channel. Looking at George Pickens' historical usage, looking at what Dallas does, looking at CeeDee Lamb, all the targets, the first downs, yards per route run. Jay, I think we're too low. I really, really think
You think we're
we
too
are
low?
too low on George Pickens. This offense is going to be awesome with these two receivers and Jake Ferguson in the middle. And with Dak Prescott in the building, we saw Pickens with, I believe it was Kenny Pickett at quarterback, who have damn near 1,200 yards, 6 touchdowns the year before last.
Yep.
You look at his numbers, right? And they're not, nothing is going to scream at you. I think he had 900 yards last year, 100 targets. But you start to look at the other pass catchers in that Pittsburgh offense, it was all Pickens. You add up Calvin Ridley, Van Jefferson, Scotty Miller, you add up all their stuff, I think it's like 120 targets for all the receivers to George Pickens 105. He was the offense, and it was not a good offense at all. But here in Dallas, man, somebody who's been historically utilized in the way that Pickens does and the role in which he's going to occupy in this offense, he's coming off the board as wide receiver 26.
All right.
Rich.
I see
Wide
that.
receiver 26.
This your boy. Would you rather?
If they're
Ray?
worried, sometimes the answer is so obvious and we make shit very difficult. We're like, maybe the next this could be this guy. It's Pickens, man. The talent has always been there. The situation has just been stank for a long time, man. This situational change for him is going to yield massive, massive fruit, JRich. I want to play Would You Rather. He's way too low. I see people in the chat right now. Pickens are worthy. I would take George Pickens. I'd take George Pickens over right now. Pickens over worthy.
Okay, so
not even
Pickens or Jamison
question.
Williams.
What'd you say?
Pickens or Jamison Williams.
George Pickens.
DK Metcalf.
George Pickens.
Xavier Worthy.
Pickens.
Wow. McMillan.
Jalen McMillan?
Tataroa McMillan.
Oh, for 25?
For this season, yeah. All
George
of them for
Pickens.
this season.
George Pickens.
Mike Evans.
And I'm not the biggest Big Mike fan. I think it's close.
See, I think the funny thing is Mike Evans
take
to
Pickens.
me, I would take Pickens over Evans.
I would take Pickens. It's
If
close.
you think
I
Pickens
just don't want
hits,
I don't want the Mike Evans clan to come get me. I mean, look at this, man. This is the end of. I mean, this dude. It's going to be great.
okay,
They
we got to
needed
go higher.
somebody next to CeeDee. Like, this is going to be awesome offensively for Lamb.
Because you're
and for
basically
Pickens.
putting him in the back of the third round. Because Rashee Rice, you're taking Pickens, right? Or no?
Yeah,
This is a
I'll
weird
take
spot
Pickens.
because you got
I'm
Rashee
taking
Rice
Pickens.
and Terry McLaurin there at 36
Pickens.
and 37.
Pickens.
Spotted situation. But then you have to go up to JSN.
I'll take JSN. Pickens over Ted is silly. Why? How is Pickens over a rookie wide receiver in Carolina?
That is.
How?
Yeah.
Dynasty dumpster fire. Tell me how. That's get out of your dynasty rookie draft trade value KTC brain and tell me a football reason why George Pickens playing across from CeeDee Lamb in an offense that threw the ball 637 times last year with no running back on the roster. How is that silly?
I'm with you, Ray. I like McMillan. Well, I guess I'm kind of lukewarm on McMillan, but yeah, there's just no way he's wide receiver 21.
Fuck all
There's
this
no
fantasy
way.
value stuff. On the field production, would you take Dak Prescott or Bryce Young throwing the football?
Dak Prescott.
It's not
he had
even
a
close.
QB5 season in 2023.
Close. And that's no shade to Tataroa McMillan and what he can become down the line. But Tet over Pickens in 25, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Yeah.
Tet over Pickens in Tataroa over Pickens in 2025, I'm good. I'll go 10 toes down on that bet. I don't give a damn what y'all say. I'm not doing that. I don't give a damn. You can put it in the chat all you want. Crazy, silly. Pickens over McMillan fantasy production in 2025.
Yeah, it's
Keegan is saying Bryce Young over Dak. Stop. You see, when that kind of stuff starts coming out, I just disregard it. Now you're just talking crazy.
Y'all really
crazy.
forget how good Dak Prescott is. Like, I understand y'all think he's trash, can't win playoff games, etc. But he is a very good quarterback, and he is very good at supporting two wide receivers.
What does Dak winning a playoff game have to do with week 4?
Yep.
Do we score points in week 22? You care about those fantasy points in week 20?
Insane. Insane, man. Dak's going to be great this year. I love Dak. And especially for people who believe in the every other year theory for Dak, it's the year that he's going to be healthy and probably be a top passer.
And again, I think when people hear this, it's like, oh, you don't like McMillan or you don't know.
He's a rookie, man.
He's a rookie receiver.
He's not Ladd McConkey. He's not Brian Thomas Jr. He's not Malik Neighbors. I know they were all good.
McMillan goes out there and gives you Marvin Harrison production, which people will be like, he was a bust.
Oh, he's terrible.
Awful.
He's terrible. He sucks.
700 yards. What a bum. What an absolute.
Yeah.
Y'all talking about cowboy blinders. Your rookie blinders are off. You need to adjust that. Like, it's just
way off.
Yeah.
Way off.
Bryce was a top 5 quarterback at the end of the year. Okay, Keegan. I hear you.
Since when?
J-Mo going for 15. All right. Hit we got to get out of here.
People like J-Mo. That's fine. I don't hate it. People like J-Mo.
We got to go.
T-Mac, better than advertised, they say.
We got to go. T-Mac is awesome. T-Mac is awesome.
He's a good player.
J-Mo, Dynasty? J-Mo, McMillan, Pickens, Worthy.
What? How are you taking J-Mo over Worthy? They're the same player, except one doesn't have Amon-Ra St. Brown ahead of them. Explain me that, bro.
Oh, has Malik Neighbors taught y'all nothing? Now we're going Malik Neighbors with McMillan. Now
what?
Get out. We're done. Now we're going.
That's Malik Neighbors.
To Malik Neighbors. Let's get it. JRich, what a week, baby. What a week. I'm going to go watch Fantastic
Lord
Four.
have mercy.
I'm getting out of here. We got to fix the buzzy mic. Get some more lozenges in your mouth. Pack it up.
Be good.
Get better for Monday. Jimbo, appreciate you. Leo, appreciate you. OG Snuggles, Elwood, Dro, Leo Scott, JB, Keegan, Angel, Eli, Styley, go get some rest. You're in Australia. It's like 2 a.m. It's Saturday. Go to bed. Styley, go to bed. Sean, appreciate you. Leo, appreciate you. Scribbles, everybody that watches the show, hit the thumbs up button, like the stream, subscribe to the channel. More content coming every single week here on the channel and DDFFB. JRich, anything you want to say to people before we get out of here?
Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for dealing with my voice. Hopefully back next week. We're good.
I hope so. I hope
so too.
Y'all have a great weekend, man. It feels good to be back. And again,
yes, sir.
For the last time, we're gonna have fun on here. We're gonna fight. We're gonna argue. We're gonna talk shit. But it's all love from the bottom of my heart. Everybody, appreciate all the kind words this week. We're back. We're rolling. Thank y'all. We'll see y'all bright and early on Monday. We out. Peace.
Peace.